All right, so let's get straight into these sports right quick. See what's going on around this sports world. Eagles fired their head coach Doug Peterson. You feel me? After about 3 years, I think he won one championship with them boys. So shout out to the Eagles, man. They trying to start over, so they got Coach Dougie P up out of there. You feel me? But Doug Peterson, he's a good coach, so I know he'll get a good job before you know it. So shout out to Doug Peterson. Hope you get back on your feet. What else we got on the list today? Dan Quinn is the favorite to win the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator job after Mike Nolan was fired last week. So shout out to Dan Quinn coming over from ATL, trying to get that job with the Cowboys. I fuck with Dan Quinn. He's a good defensive coordinator right now, so shout out to him. Josh Jacobs will not be charged with the DUI from last week. I don't know if y'all heard my podcast from last week, but Josh Jacobs of the Las Vegas, I was going to call him the Los Angeles Raiders. They done changed the name so much. But the Las Vegas Raiders, Josh Jacobs, was charged last week with a single car crash collision. But supposedly his alcohol level was below the limit. So he will not be charged this week for his crash from last week. So shout out to Josh Jacobs. I'm glad he got that over with. What else going on here? The Mavs and the Pelicans. Today, their game is Monday. Today, their game is canceled. The Mavs and the Pelicans for today. And the Bulls versus Boston Celtics for tomorrow are also canceled because of COVID-19. Just to let y'all know, give y'all a little insight what's going on. I ain't want y'all to think the NBA wasn't playing. I think if I'm not mistaken, the Mavs didn't cover the 8-person protocol. 8 people, you gotta have 8 people to even get on the floor. So they didn't even have 8 people. If I'm not mistaken, it was the Mavs. So shout out to those people right there. Shout out to those games. LaMelo becomes the youngest player to drop a triple-double at 19 years old. He did that versus ATL. I think he had 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 12 assists. I'm going to check the stats on that again to get y'all the real updates on that. But off the top of the head, that's what he had. Let's see what else we got going on the list. Chad Johnson leaves a huge tip at a restaurant for about $1,000, if I'm not mistaken. They was closed due to COVID-19, so he left the waitress a $1,000 tip. So shout out to Chad Johnson. I had to mention him in this. You know what I'm saying? Get him on my paperwork, because I salute all the good people. Not saying that I won't salute the bad people too, but shout out to the good people. I definitely want to put them on the spotlight. I just don't want to say every time somebody's doing something wrong. You feel me? So shout out to Chad Johnson. What else we got on the list here? Deshaun Watson. I remember talking about this last week sometime. Apparently, it's coming closer and closer to him requesting a trade, and if he goes anywhere, supposedly he's wanting to go to the Dolphins. I know y'all like, hey, this man's a Dolphins fan. He's bull-jagging around. No cap. The man said it himself that if he wanted to go anywhere to be a Dolphins, and they'll come up with a trade if they can trade Tua for Deshaun. So I fuck with Tua. Tua, don't get me wrong, but Deshaun is already established. I know what I'm getting from Deshaun, so I will pick Deshaun over Tua. I don't know how nobody else feels. Y'all can let me know in the comment section, or hit my DMs. But anyway, like I said before, shout out to Deshaun Watson, man. If you do get that done, I'd love to see you in the Miami Dolphins uniform. And, you're a great player, man. We got Devontae Parker. We got a few wide receivers that can hold their own. So shout out to Deshaun Watson. Let's go ahead and see what else we got here. Zach LaVine. Oh, yeah, Zach LaVine hit 10 threes in his game. I forgot about that versus the Clippers. He had 45 points. So shout out to Zach LaVine for dropping 45 on the Clippers. You feel me? But they ended up still losing that game. But had to shout out Zach LaVine for that there. Which I will cover the scores on my sports segment. See what else we got going on here. Nickelodeon covered the first wild card game for the playoffs. So it was the Saints versus, if I'm not mistaken, Chicago. And yeah, it was kind of crazy, man, because I was glimpsing over between both games here. But yeah, that game was pretty crazy. They had the slime and everything going on, the colorful TV screen with the colorful lines and shit. So shout out to Nickelodeon, man, for being involved in the NFL. They had their first wild card game Saturday, so I had to give them a shout out. They say that Russell Westbrook will be out for about a week because he had a left quad injury. So shout out to Russell Westbrook. He would not be playing tonight. So I just want to give y'all an update on that. And that seems like that's everything that's going around in the sports world right now. So we're going to jump head first over to our sports segment. And I'm going to holler at y'all over there.